Hello students, in this video we shall continue with tokens, which are the Python fundamentals. So in this video we will discuss only about literals, since for keywords, identifiers and punctuators we already did, and for operators we will be doing in the next video. So in this video we will discuss only about literals. Now let us have a look about literals and the kinds of literals. So literals, often referred to as constant values, are the data items that have a fixed value. And Python allows several kinds of literals. So these are those kinds of literals. So here we have the string literal, which is a sequence of characters surrounded by quotes. The quotes can be single or double or triple quotes. So in Python, a string literal is enclosed in quotes. For example, here we have the word computer, ABC, English, and A, which are being enclosed in single quotation. As you can see here, these are the example of string literals enclosed in single quotations. Unlike many other languages, Python allows both single character enclosed in quotes or multiple characters enclosed in double quotes or in triple quotes. So keep in mind that Python can form string literals by enclosing text in both forms of quotes, be it in single quotes or double quotes. Here we have the example of those string literals which are enclosed in double quotes. As you can see here, these are all valid. Some of the examples are in multiple characters and some in single characters. But all these are string literals because they are enclosed in quotes. Here we have another examples of string literals. Even though these are numbers, as you can see in the first example, and in the second and third example it is a combination, but all these are examples of string literals. Python also allows us to have two string types. So now let us have a look at those string types in Python. The first one, which is the type of string literals, is single line strings. By default, Python creates single line strings, but we can also specify multiple line strings by following the rules for enclosing the strings literal. So here in this example you can see for string literal, which is of single line strings, these which are written in blue colors, this name, name, is a variable which is storing this name. As you can see here, there are 3 lines that we type here, but if you look carefully, these 3 lines are being enclosed in only one single quotes. That means in a pair of single quotes, an opening and a closing. So here we have opening and we also have the closing quotes. So these 3 lines will be treated as a single line, as shown here in red color. This is the results after you write those blue colors. That means it is a single line strings. No matter how many lines you wrote here in blue color, but you'll get in one line. Whereas in multiple string, you can create in 2 ways. First is by adding backslash, and the next is by typing the text in triple quotation marks. As you can see here in this example, all these 3 words are having backslash. When you compare with the previous example, we don't have backslash in that example. That's why the name is being printed as a single line. Whereas here in this example, these 3 lines all the words in these 3 lines have got backslash. So if you type multiple words, it will be printed exactly as given in the example here. That means 3 lines or multiple lines. Similarly, we can create multiple line strings by typing the text in triple quotation marks as shown here in this example. Now you can see at the beginning of the word we are using the triple quotation marks and at the end. Therefore, we are getting this result as shown here in red color. Next type of literal is numeric literals. Numeric literals in Python can belong to any of these 3 different numerical types. The first type is int, that means signed integers. Int, often called just integers or ints, are positive or negative whole numbers and no decimal numbers. So this is int, and these are the numbers which are the example of integer numbers. That means it can be positive number or negative numbers, but they should be whole numbers with no decimal. That means there is no point in these numbers. Whereas in floating point numbers or in float, which represent real numbers and are written with a decimal point, dividing the integer and the fractional parts. As you can see in the example int, we have 2, 4, 10 and the rest, whereas for float we have 2.3, 6.1 and the rest. Complex numbers are of the form a plus bj, where a and b are floats and j represents an imaginary number. But here in class 11, we will not use much of the complex numbers, only integer and float. So next, let us have a look at Boolean literals. A Boolean literal is used to represent one of the 2 Boolean values, that is true or false. So a Boolean literal can either have values such as true or false, but not together at the same time. Another type of literal in Python is the special literal, which is none. Python has one special literal, which is none. Non-literal represents the absence of a value, which means there is no useful information or there's nothing here, and it indicates the end of list in Python. So Boolean literals such as true, false, and also special literal none are some built-in constants or literals of Python. True and false are the only 2 Boolean literal values in Python. Non-literal represents absence of a value. So in this video, we have learned about the literals and its types. And in the next video, we will be discussing about operators and the types of operators. So see you soon in the next video. Thank you.